How are you all? Hope you're fine. Today we're going to be talking about the Dead Sea. What is the Dead Sea and how did it become the Dead Sea? The Dead Sea is a salt lake bordered by the Jordan to the east and west Israel, and the West Bank to the west. It lies in the Jordan Rift Valley and its main tributary to the Jordan River. The lake's surface is 430.5 meters below sea level, which its shores make the land's lowest land base. The Dead Sea has attracted visitors from around the Mediterranean basin for thousands of years. It was one of the first health resorts for Herod the Great. It has been supplied with a wide variety of products and asphalt, for Egyptian mummification to potash to fertilizers. Today, tourists visit the sea on Israel, Jordanian and West Bank coastline. The Palestinian tourism industry have met with the setbacks in developing along the West Bank coast. The recession of the Dead Sea has begun causing people multiple of problems. It is 9.6 times as salty as the ocean. That makes for a harsh environment in which animals cannot flourish, hence its name. Facts about the Dead Sea. Is it salty? The Dead Sea is one of the saltiest bodies of water on Earth, with almost 10 times more salt than the ordinary seawater. This is because water flows into the Dead Sea from one main tributary, the River Jordan. The high salt and mineral content of the Dead Sea mean that this body of water has powerful healing properties. Is there anything dead in the Dead Sea? If you went swimming in the Dead Sea, you wouldn't see any skeletons or lifeless fish on the surface. You also wouldn't see any big bad sharks or any giant squids hunting in its depths. In fact, you wouldn't see any life at all, plants or animals. The Dead Sea is so salty that nothing can live in it. Can you float on the Dead Sea? Anyone can easily float on the Dead Sea because of its natural tendency. Has anybody ever drowned in the Dead Sea? Although whoever enters the Dead Sea immediately floats, you should keep in mind that it is still possible to drown in the Dead Sea. That happens when swimmers get caught in strong winds, flip over, and swallowing the salty water. What is the backstory of the Dead Sea? About 3 million years ago, water filled the graben, forming the Dead Sea, which was a part of the long bed of the Mediterranean Sea. A million years later, the tectonic activity lifted to the land to the west, isolating the Dead Sea from the Mediterranean. The archaeology and historical record of the Dead Sea as an economic resource is longer than any other hypersaline lake. That's all for today. I hope you have learned something from my presentation. Bye!